Welcome to our NBA Draft Special. I'm your host, Charles Davis. Sports Stars of Tomorrow has been on the air for more than 20 years, and we've seen several young men go from high school recruits to NBA stars, and the prospects in today's show are about to join that list. We'll start right at the top of the draft in our five-star feature. While there are a few different names in the mix for the first overall pick, one of them is a player we met at a USA basketball camp 2 summers ago. BYU star AJ Dybantsa has had that number one label next to his name for a few years now.
Obviously there is pressure being number one, but I don't really feel it because I'm just going out there and playing basketball. I'm just going out there and playing the game I love. It's not a job yet, so I'm just trying to have fun with it.
I think he's handling it exceptionally well. He's a very respectable, smart young man. He's a very hard worker. He's a competitor, and he's a team player, and that's what makes him special because he has all those attributes along with all the talent that he has. He's oozing with talent, but he also is a smart young man, and he goes about it the right way. He comes from a great family.
The coaches at USA Basketball were not only impressed with his considerable talent, but also how he handled the target of being the top-ranked recruit in America.
He's developed his jump shot. He's a great ball handler, and he can really score the basketball, but that's to be complemented by his defense because his defense is exceptional as well. Got a terrific long wingspan, but he's also quick to the ball, and he's just, turned into a very unique player that's, I call him like a unicorn.
Yeah, I try to take pride in defense. I think I'm a two-way player, but I'm simple and efficient and effective.
The 6'9" forward averaged 25.5 points per game in his lone season with BYU. He's likely a top 3 pick in this year's draft, and he'll be a strong consideration for the first overall selection. While an injury ended his North Carolina career early, Caleb Wilson showed plenty in the 24 games he played for the Tar Heels. The 6'10" freshman averaged 19.8 points and 9.4 rebounds per game this past season. Caleb, though, wasn't always a natural athlete. Growing up in Georgia, Caleb tried a lot of sports, but he told us he was bad at almost all of them. But once he figured out how to make use of his tall, slender frame, his future began to come into focus.
It definitely took a while. It was hard at the beginning, being tall, slim, and not really comfortable with your body. But I just kept working at it, kept getting better, and eventually it paid off. Still is.
Him getting into basketball, he was always a wiry kid, so trying to control his body was something that he had to really get control of. So over that time, it just took a while for him to get control of his body as he grew. He grew so quickly, so fast. A lot of the kids were smaller than him, so they kind of took advantage of a lot of the situations that I put him in and whatnot, which helped him out in the long run. But in the beginning, it was pretty rough on him.
The process is what really got me here. I remember sitting on the bench at AAU Nationals for the entire game. I remember that vividly like it was yesterday. And it still fuels me to this day. So the process is what I really like that more than the end result, me being really good. But the process is really what I like.
At Holy Innocents in the Atlanta area, Caleb established himself as one of the best basketball prospects the talent-rich area has ever seen.
Caleb is the best player I've seen in Georgia since Lou Will, and he had a magnificent NBA career. But Caleb is the best passing big man that I have ever seen play the game. And he is an excellent defender, a great shooter. He changes the game on defense, alters every shot that goes to with anybody going to the rim. But he's done all of this while staying humble.
Whenever someone tells me I'm really good or that I'm the best ever or something like that, which happens sometimes, I always feel like I always have the need to go improve it. I feel like everyone is entitled to their own opinion, whether that me being the best ever or the worst ever, but I'm going to prove you wrong or right. That's how I feel about that. Just a versatile player. I can do whatever the coach needs me to do, whatever the team needs me to do to win. Shoot, rebound, pass, assist, whatever needs to be done.
Now that he's on the verge of becoming an NBA player, Caleb hopes his story and work ethic will inspire others.
The story of me not being such a good basketball player when I was younger and now being a really good one and the top player in the country, a lot of people are motivated by that, and I like it. I feel like whenever I get the chance to tell someone how it happened, which is just hard work and consistent work, I'm willing to do that. But I just feel like being a leader to the community and to people that are younger than me is really important.
Point guard Darius Acuff arrived at Arkansas as a highly touted 5-star recruit from IMG Academy. Even though everyone knew he was talented, few expected him to play so well that it would start a discussion about whether or not he's the best guard John Calipari has ever coached. That would be quite an honor considering that list includes names like John Wall and Derrick Rose. Darius averaged 23.5 points and 6.5 assists per game for the Hogs, and he's put himself in position to be a lottery pick. He grew up in the Detroit area, which is where he learned the game of basketball from his father.
It was fun. My dad was my coach, so I was able to play, a little free. So I was out there having fun and playing basketball with my friends. It was just a fun time. We was just doing what we want, winning. So that made it even more fun. And my dad made me play the point. I always played up with my homeboys and stuff. I was 7 playing up 12U. So when I come in, it was just about bringing the ball, don't get the ball took from me. I had to learn that type of stuff. So I feel like that developed me into being a true point guard.
When he moved to IMG Academy, Darius really got serious about his training routine and his diet, and that helped take his game to another level.
Yeah, it's definitely tough. I never been to something like this before. I never had to live on campus. But it was hard first couple months, but once I got comfortable, I was kind of used to it. So it's been good ever since.
I think when it comes to basketball, Darius is elite, right? He's really good at getting in the gym and getting his work in. He's been good in the weight room, go to school, amazing. When it was how do we distribute your time equally in terms of when we get down to mental, or when you walk off a plane, as opposed to grabbing maybe hot Cheetos, you're grabbing, an apple. And it's growth in terms of that mindset. He started to understand that how you do anything is how you do everything, and consistently has gotten better from where it was. I mean, he's not the only one. Everybody that comes here, it hits you in the face when you first walk in the door. It's a lot to take in. He has, from where he was to where he is now, is exponentially better. He still has a ways to go in order to continue along the path.
Now a likely top 10 pick, Darius is looking forward to representing Detroit in the NBA.
Definitely make it to the NBA. I feel like that's everybody's main goal that play basketball. That's definitely my main goal. That's always been the main goal for me and my family. I just want to be the first one to do it. It'll mean a lot. Not too many of us make it. You don't see a lot of players from Detroit in the NBA. Like I said, for the city and for my family, it'll be a great thing to represent that. And coming back for the kids, all that stuff. So it'll be a great feeling.